Hello and welcome back to Own the Map Challenge Survival 4X. It is now October 1. We've got some things to look into, so let's jump in, let's go. So first off, we're going to be looking into and addressing a little bit of this grass issue that I'm still having. I still feel like I've got a grass issue. Simi Dad has been handy, been in the chat, in the comments, and been asking questions to help to get me to think straight and look into it and do. I do appreciate that. If anyone ever wants to hop in the chat and try and help us out, I'm always grateful. Always grateful for any help on hand. Now, if we look at our grass, this is our grass. Bottom right hand corner. Farmland 17 owned by me. Land area 27.74 hectares. It is grass. It is ready to harvest. It says expected yield 97%, which is 25.4 tons per hectare. Yield potential at 100% is 26.2 tons per hectare. It says it's ready to harvest. The grass has 5 stages. At stage 4, you can harvest it, but it doesn't say ready to harvest. But in the map, it will show ready to harvest, much like our other meadow, which we'll get over to in a minute. So this is not going to grow any further. There is not going to be any greater yield on this area of grass. It has completed all its growth stages. It is here. It is ready to harvest. But if we go over to our other meadow, which in map was shown ready to harvest, and you can see by looking at it, this is not ready to harvest. Oh, sorry, it has 4 stages. So it is at growth 3 of 4, and at growth 3, we can harvest it. This is like its early forage stage. Now, when I cut this, I think both times I've cut this, it was always at stage 4 or saying ready to harvest. And it gave us a low yield harvest, despite it being 97%. Like, that is all we were going to get from it. So when it says land area, that isn't like that's accumulating all the fields. So it's not. See, I was looking at that and I was thinking, all right, that's quite a bit. But it's not. That is all the farmed land that we have, hectare-wise, isn't it, within this area? I thought it was telling me the size of this field. We need something to tell us the size of the fields. If there's a mod that will tell me the size of each individual field, that would be nice. Now, what I was going to ask, and it's irrelevant now because the numbers are not quite accurate to what I wanted to discuss. But if it tells us our land area, say this is the field, the whole land area is 27.7 hectares, and we can get 25.4 tons per hectare. Okay, that equates to about 690 tons. Okay, nowhere within the game does it convert the tonnage to literage. The game works in liters, so why does it tell us the tonnage? Because 690 tons of grass is a different literage to 690 tons of oats or 690 tons of corn. They're not the same. So why tell us a tonnage when a tonnage means absolutely nothing? There's no conversion to it. And like, even if we're going to convert it ourselves, if I got out a calculator and I put in an app, oh, I want to convert my grass tonnage to literage. I don't know how much the grass weighs as a litre. Do you know what I mean? Like, it makes no sense. Why are you telling us tonnage per hectare when nothing in game works in tonnage? And it can't be like the game can't work out that a metric ton, which is the tonnage that it uses, a metric ton is worth what? How many liters? Because again, the tonnage and the literage is different depending on the thing that we're weighing and measuring. Yeah, I just feel like that's my door slamming shut. It's a bit windy today. I got all the windows open. Yeah, so it's just a thing. Like, am I missing something here? is the game just being that simple? Because if not, and if it is saying that it's tonnage by, it would only be 690 tons, so we're not going to get 690. We're going to get more than 690 litres, aren't we? If we were to harvest all the grass. Just, yeah. If you know, if you understand that better than me, or if I've just confused you more than ever, let me know in the comments. That'd be great. Right, anyway, we need to cut it. We're not going to be worrying about swathing it or anything like that with the mower, because we're going to be tedding it anyway. We're going to turn this to hay. Oh, I haven't checked, actually. Oh, we'll do it afterwards. Yeah, we're going to turn this to hay. So I'll just get started straight on it. No messing about. So I don't know how much we'll get off this. I was hoping I was going to be able to do some math. That's why I looked at it, and then I was like, but the numbers make... To me, anyway, the numbers make no sense together. Like, how many litres... It's like, how many litres are in a metric ton? Well, it depends on what the ton is of. Yeah, get me? I'll probably bang on about that for the rest of this episode. But I'm not going to try. I'm going to try not to bang on about anything for this episode, because once we've got this cut, and we then plant our next cover crop in it, which is going to be the OSR, oilseed radish. The only next job we're going to have is to once again cut the other meadow and have that done next month, because it'll be ready. It'll be on its final growth stage. So I'm going to try and bang through this as quick as I can, and we could possibly even reach next year. We could probably even reach January, because we're not going to have anything to do over the winter months, because it'll just be grass not growing, waiting to grow, and it'll be our oilseed radish growing. We've weeded the field, or we've herbicide the field up ahead. So that's fine until New Year. So yeah, we've just got double cuts, and we've just literally just done grass because we did some silage. So yeah, I don't need to make massive episodes of that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this cut. I'm going to get it ted. I will bale it. I was going to say I'll leave the bales, but I won't, because I need to sow it. So I'll probably bring you back so you can see how many bales we get, so you can see how little grass we get. And then I'll roll straight on to season it with the oilseed radish, and this should be the last time. We're going to play it a little bit like you would in real life. You wouldn't oilseed radish a field more than twice without a couple of years of other things happening to it. So we won't oilseed radish this one again next year. We'll try and get our growths sort of syncing opposite of what our crops are. I forgot what I was saying. I've been so about the grass. Yeah, so we'll get that in. Then I'll go and I'll cut the other one, and I'll probably bring you back on that one for the bales again, so you can see what we make, what money we make. We've got our gardens ticking over in the background. We've got our greenhouses ticking over in the background. Our mushrooms ticking over in the background. Our sheep are fine. I will make sure they are watered if we cycle through the months. So I'm going to shut up. And I'll just bring you guys back once I've got some hay to show you. We're on the final headland for our bales. It is 11:15, October 2. So it took a bit of time to get here, but we're getting it done. Now we're sitting on, I think, 40 bales. So this is 41 bales. So we'll probably get another 2 off this headland, maybe. 42 bales. I'm pretty sure we got more than that when we cut this area. I know we had the top half as well, but I think we had like 3 or 4 trailer loads. So I'm really confused by the grass. We should get more grass by farming grass than cutting wild grass. Whether this area is just really bad soil for grass, I don't know. Like, we do all the steps required, and it never gives us more than 100% like yield. So I don't know, I looked in the map, and there's no files in there for growth. So it's not running its own like yield quantities. Like you can for some, if you want, you can put in your own yields and stuff. Same as you can go into the base game and change all that, so you can get more of each crop. It just seems that here we're just not getting a lot of grass. Whether, and I've sort of done a little look about on this, whether it's because precision farming isn't quite set up correctly on here, and by that I mean that's why we don't get the tram lines and stuff like that. The precision farming, the map hasn't been expanded apparently in a way that it correlates with precision farming. It doesn't have its own individual precision map either. So when you make the 4x map, obviously you stretch the map out with its bits and stuff like that. So if that's not been done perfect, maybe that's why the yields seem off on some things. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm not a mapping expert. I'm not a modding expert. But just from looking through some conversations that other players, other creators and stuff have had with some of the Giants team in the partner Discord, talking about other things, but that relate around a similar sort of thing that I'm seeing here. So whether that's why, I don't know. It may just be that this area of the map is really bad for grass. That's always a possibility. We'll probably have to play it like that this is just a bad area for grass. It doesn't matter out of that field, because it's not going to stay a grass field. It's not going to be a permanent meadow. That was just so we could get something in while we were waiting to be able to put our actual cover crop in. Now I've left the tedder is just over there, and the mower is just over there. It's not been parked away properly, because we're going to get them out again in a bit. But I will just back, if I can, back my baler up just so I can refill the wrap. So yeah, well, how many was that in the end anyway? 53, 43, can't even read. 43 bales was what we got. Like I say, just doesn't feel like massive amounts. It's going to be a couple of trailer loads. There we are. Beautiful. So we got a bale trailer. We'll get some sales. Well, yeah, we should have two trail loads, so I can't remember what they were selling for before. If I could keep... Well, the thing is, I could keep them, but it just means loading them up again. And to load them up again, I'd have to either do it manually or use... Or, you know, super strength it, or use the forks to sort of pop them in place. But we'll pick them up. We'll get them sold. As you see, money's doing all right. I'll have a quick show of that if you want. 384 grand. I think we've gone up a fair old bit. In here we can see September we only lost 3,000, and we had, what did we have? Running costs. Did we have anything exceptional? Fertilizer cost. So by not having fertilizer cost, I mean that's going to help us. And then so far this month we're down 8 grand. We've already made 13 off of our product sales. 35 was made last month, so we could make a couple of grand this month. And we're also going to have obviously our sales of hay. So we'll have 43 bales to sell. We'll sell them all. And then when November comes round, again, we should have little to no outgoings. We've got seed. We should need, well, probably need fertilizer to fert the grass again, but that's not a lot. Yeah. Should be making some money. Making money. Who'd have thought we'd be making money? Excellent. Right, let me get these done, and we'll see how much we've got after we've done our final sale. We'll see where we're at. On the first full load, including the environmental bonus, we got 25 grand for a full trailer. So we could get around about, what, 18, 19 grand here? Total? Possibly more. My maths are always bad, even when I try and be good at math. It seems to be bad. My guesstimations, I can do math, I'm just not good at guesstimating. That's what it is. 17, I was right, look at that. 17, 18, 19,000. No, nearly 20 grand. 20 grand. 20 grand. Nice. We'll take that. We're up to 429,000, by the way. Now, I had a little look because I thought I would be planting my OSR in November, I think. But I have checked, and it needs to be in the ground in October. So this rain needs to vamoose, so I can get my tools out so I can get seed in. Now, I was going to stick to the little box seeder that we have for doing the oil seed, but I'm hoping that with the big blue one, is it the farm oil? That because it does direct drill, and hopefully it will direct drill, that it will go straight into the grass. It'll turn the grass over as we plant OSR. So that's what we're trying to do, but we shall be waiting for the rain to stop. Now, I did say we'd be coming back in November, but as you can see, it is December 1st, it is 9:30. Now, I rolled through to December instead, because my payment graph showed that I would get peak price for my hay in December. And once I got to December, it showed me that I would get peak payment price in January. But we'll sell it now anyway. I'm ready for it. I've been going a long time. It's 10 to 5 in the afternoon in real life. And I started work on this episode, I think, and you'll be able to see it at the top right hand corner always. I think this episode started around about 10 o'clock this morning. My back's getting sore. Considering I've not shown you much, my back is getting sore from all the time I've sat here doing this. We have mown, Ted, raked. Mown, Ted, raked, baled, collected and sold that meadow. We've then planted it with oilseed rape. Nope. Oilseed radish. We've now mown, Ted, raked, baled, and currently collecting this meadow. We got 43 bales off on the left. We've got 28 bales, I believe it is, off of this one. So for the size comparison, that's about right. So I think we're just low yield grass no matter what. But they are 9,000 litre bales. Perhaps I'm just because I'm more often used to like the smaller bales, like 5,000 litre bales, whatever they are. Maybe that's why I feel like it's less. But it's just that I know that we got more. We got more when we used the other grass, and even when I used the ribbery, like just harvesting off, cutting off the edge of the fields, I got a lot more grass than I did from cutting the meadows. Oh, I missed a massive streak there. That's bad form. So yeah, but it may be the soil type. It might, one of those factors that I'm not really taking into account, perhaps. But it is what it is. Now, I am seriously hoping that this isn't where the episode starts. I usually pause my recordings while I'm doing the bit where I don't talk. I just pause it, let it run. I don't stop and start record, because quite often I'll forget to do that. Sometimes I forget to unpause the recording, but when I stop it, I more often forget to start it up again. Unfortunately, while I was sort of part way through planting, something happened to my drive that I store my OBS recordings onto. I'm hoping the file is showing fine. It's showing me the image and whatnot. now. So I'm hoping everything audio and video wise is alright up until the point that I was talking to you guys. If not, this is where the video starts, and that's why I gave you a quick rundown of what we've done on each of the fields, just in case, and that might make this a really short episode. We started in October and it's December, so if this turns out to be a really short episode, I've screwed myself hard. But yeah, hopefully this all's safe. I don't know what happened. My PC just suddenly stopped recognising that one. All my other drives were visible. That one drive that I store all my recordings on, mid-record, just suddenly became invisible, like it weren't there. I had to shut the PC down, start it all up again, and it was there. It was fine, all good. So we've got 24 of these on here. So we're going to sell these. Now, I was hoping for 111 pounds per thousand, but we're not going to get that. I think it's going to be closer to 90 something per thousand. Once we've done our sales and everything, we'll have a little look at how much money we made in November, because in November, by me rolling through to December, in November, that was a month of no extra expense going out other than what is automated through the farm, and no income coming in other than what is automated through the farm. And I haven't had a look yet, so we'll be able to have a look together to see how much we did make on what I consider like a bare minimum month, just a flat rate running cost. That is what it is for our farm. We'll be able to see how much that was. So we'll unload these, see what we get. Bearing in mind we got like 25 last time. Ooh, lovely. 27? 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, sorry. 28,000 for those. And then we have our final four, which I'm expecting about 5-6 grand for, I think. Four and a half. I was a bit short on that one. But nonetheless, we have got some. Now, I was a little bit wrong in saying it would be a bare minimum month that we'd see financially when we look at November. I sold one little ram. I think it was a ram. We got £75 for him. So that'd be a £75. I think it was like £75 anyway. £75 animal sale. So if we head in and have a little look at the said finances, you'll see that in November we made, on a bare minimum month, £4,449. Does it show up as an animal sale? Or did I do it at the end of October? I might have even done it at the end of October. Is there one here that says livestock, new lot sold animals? It was so minimal it hasn't even registered. There. So yeah, so we make 4 grand on a flat month with doing nothing. So that's good to know, because we've now got January, February, and March coming up with very little happening, or at least January and February, and the rest of December. But we made 40 grand in bales in October. We've made just shy of 30,000 in December. Things are looking good. We're at 15. So we made 50 grand. We made 5 grand. We're at 15,000 already. And we're going to try and make a little bit more in December, because we have 300,000 litres of silage ready to sell. Both of these are fully fermented. I turned them off in the sort of mid-November, I think, because they were done in November. I'm sure it was then. Anyway, they've been turned off, so they've not been costing us as well for a couple of months, which is good. But it does mean I have about 8 runs back and forth to do. But we'll see what we get for the first one, so you guys can see how much money we make on it. I'll then do all the rest and bring you back for the last one, so that you can see how much money we have made. Loads of money, we hope. I'm not even sure what silage is worth. Silage is worth its most in January, according to our chart. So it'll be interesting. I can't remember what the number was. probably, it's never a lot, is it? Shall we have a quick look? Shall we stick on the old cruise control, which isn't full speed, but it will keep me moving. And we'll have a look at what it is worth. I was looking at my wool. My wool is best to sell in April. We've got like 4, maybe 5 pallets of wool at the minute. So if we can get 6, if we can get another 2 by April, that'd be pretty cool. But anyway, silage, oh, at the minute is not very good at all. 220, although it only goes up to 246. So although it looks like, oh, that's quite a drop, it's not that much, is it? 40 quid. So let's see what we get. I didn't do any math on the way up here. I was just thinking other things. So what was that? 7, 8 grand. So if we've got 8 more to do. Oh, someone else do the math. My brain's fried. 8 shouldn't be that hard though, should it? Oh, I don't think we've got 8 more to do. We have 7 more to do. So that'd be something like, I don't know, 56 grand, is that? Well, that might be that. On top of the one yeah, you got. So it should be like a total of about 64, I think. Anyway, let's head back and let's go get them. Well, we just dropped off load number 7. Now heading back to get what's left. I think there's like 15,000 left in each of the bunkers. As you can see, the snowstorm that was easing off is back in Avengers. We haven't had it lay yet, so it must still be a little bit too warm. 3 degrees is melting. We can drop another degree or 2, then I should imagine it'll lay. So we're trying to get as much of this work done as possible. Then I can stay in my little wood cabin for a couple of months, not come out. Get it all done. But look at that. Look at the money we're at now. 522,000, and we're going to get another 8 grand probably. I think there's enough to. If I remember rightly, yeah, there'll be more than enough to fill this up. 16,000 in each. So we'll probably have a couple of thousand left over, and if we have a little look, I'll do it while we're filling up the next one. There is a little bit in there from where obviously you fill it up as you're cutting, so it's fermenting straight away, as opposed to a regular silage bunker, and it's not until you cover it. Thank you whoever just gave the sub. It is, what is the time? It's up at the top there. It is 5:15 on Wednesday the 20th of August. If you subscribe, thank you very much. It just pinged off in my ear. No one else can see it, but it pinged off in my ear. We also got an achievement for, I don't know what I'm getting out for. I need to get out. We also got an achievement for sheep. So we've grown enough, well, we've bred enough sheep to get the achievement for that. If we go here, you'll see we still have 14. That's where I was getting the 14 from. Look, we still have 1,400 litres of grass to turn, and 12,000 litres in there, 14,000 litres in there. So I might even, just for the sake, turn it back on again. And this one, just so that I've got another trailer ready. In come March, probably just before March. I might do that the very first thing when we come back, because we won't be coming back until March. The very first job we'll do is probably run that last little bit of silage down. It won't be worth much, although it should, shouldn't it? Because there shouldn't be anyone with silage, in theory. We will be the only ones with that little bit of silage, and there's still a little bit. Oh, there isn't a little bit left in there. Look, we're 2% out. We've got 32,800 litres. How about that? Perfect. Perfect, you might say. So let's get this dropped off. This will, I don't think this will be enough to push us to 3,000. Oh, yeah, 330,000. Well, we're going to have a good amount. Good amount. And apologies if you hear any noises in the background today. My neighbour, bless her, she's an old girl and she's having her bathroom converted into a wet room. Unfortunately, her bathroom is literally down and about 8 feet over from my window. So there's been a lot of knocking and banging. I guess the fortunate thing about me doing most of this off screen today is that it's not caught up in the video. but there's a little bit of something going on down there again now. I think they're just finishing up and banging away to bits because it is 20 past 5. So we did make 530,000 in our financials. Let's go back into it. 84 grand for the month so far, and we're still on day 1, so we're going to get another 30 grand coming off our sales here. Roughly that depends on, you know, price fluctuations. As we can see from these, price fluctuations do affect those as they go out, but that is pretty darn good. I think this is looking positive, and with it looking positive, I think risky, I think it's time to buy another plot of land. We are going to expand. Now, did you expect that today? We're throwing that little bombshell in at the end here. I'm going to go with this plot. Now, I think a lot of this is woodland. But also, what I'd like, because this is where our road come down, I'd like to, if I can, eventually build my actual farm with big, nice big sheds and stuff down here. Coming off this road, we'll have the road run through it. It'll bifurcate the farm. I love that word. So we'll have sheds and stuff on different sides. This will eventually get absorbed into something else. And this will be where we build our proper farm. Or, thinking about it, or do I buy this one? Alright. And expand our meadowland. And cut in 1 or 2 new fields. That could be a thing. Oh, I'm torn now. Already had a good idea. Now I'm thinking I might do something else. I'm not ready to build the farm. That's the trouble. We're going to be living out of the shack for a while. I think maybe once I've got enough money to buy 4, then we worry about building the farm. I think I'm going to go with this one. We're going to buy this. $250,000, and we're ready to splash it. There we go. That's now ours. So we're going to, in the new year, we'll get in here. We'll take that. We'll make that as part of our meadow. Now, something I was thinking was taking out some of the trees just to make this an easier shape to manage. And I might do that. I might bring it in. So we take out the trees and we'll come in almost, we'll keep some trees and we'll bring it in almost like that sort of shape. I'm not going to have it run up here as meadow as well, because it just gets a little bit too much. We might put in a little field here. Just a small one, growing something, maybe a bit of maize or something in there. And then we'll look to get in here and start to turn this into a nice sized field as well. But that is all work for another day. Like I say, we'll come back in March because none of the grass will have grown by then, and I do want to cut the grass off it first. We've got to make that early money off the land. I'm not quite sure how much there is there because the trees don't always follow exactly with where we are. But yeah, expansion. Expansion! Going into year 3, our farm has doubled in size. That's awesome. So I'll just spend the next few months making sure the sheep get fed, the sheep get watered, making sure that there is enough water in our greenhouses, our mushrooms, and our garden. If we need to top up some seed, I do have some seed, so I can take that down there. And we do have, I think, 2 bags of fertilizer that I can top up with. Helps keep them going, but I think they should be fine. So on that note, that is our episode. Like I say, hopefully the first part is salvageable from where the disk, not the disk drive, but where the drive decided to disappear for no reason. Hopefully they're salvageable and I can still use that. If not, this will be an extremely short episode with a rather quick recap at the beginning of what happened. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, give a big fat thumbs up down below. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn the bell notification on, find out when new videos are going live. As always, comments and feedback down there. Massive, massive, massive thank you to the channel members. As always, you guys are awesome. If you wish to support the channel further, you can. Click the join button down below. Channel membership starts from 99 pence. All channel members of all tier values get early access to the content that we put out on the channel. You guys have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.